welcome back to my channel. If new here, hi, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're not an existing subscriber, welcome back. So I'm actually filming this on my lunch break because I am back at work this week, so you'll have to excuse my hair. I've just put it back because I really did not feel like doing it today, so please do excuse that. But today I'm going to be doing my fourth update. I can't remember which update, but I'm going to be doing my update of my project pan. I'm really happy because I've got 2 empties again. Well, that's 4, but I've got 2 empties again, and I am really happy with the empties I've got. So we will go through them, and I will also go through the rest of the products that are in my project pan, and I do tally up how many times I use them so I can give you that information as well. So let's just get into it. What I will do is, if it's something that has a pan, I'll put a picture on the screen, and I've been doing that, so it's been like progress from the intro and then first update, second update, etc., so you can actually see the progress. I think I've only got 3 things that have pan. The rest of the stuff I will just be showing you on here. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the primer I had in this, and I have finished it, which I kind of expected I would finish this. That's what I said in my last update. But it is the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer. So as you can see, I was here last update, and now it is completely empty. I didn't mind this primer towards the end actually. I wouldn't go out and buy it again, but it wasn't an awful primer. I think I actually got used to the smell of it. Yeah, I got used to the smell of it because to me this was quite potent when I first used it. But I think maybe, like I said, I just got used to the smell of it. And I did like it, and I did use this 13 more times before it was finished. So I think it was only in the past week or so that I actually did finish this, so I'm kind of glad it's done. And that's another primer gone. It's only been in for 2 updates, but I'm really happy that that is done, so we'll be introducing something else at the end for that. The second thing that I finished was the Bare Minerals powder, which I did have in here as my foundation. It was this one, and that was what it looked like. This wasn't the correct colour for me. I made it work, but it didn't look great, so I'm kind of glad I wasn't back at work yet. Like I said, it didn't look awful, and it actually made the process of doing my makeup a little bit faster because I didn't have to like blend it so much. I was using a brush with it as well because I just didn't want to use a sponge with this. I wouldn't get this again either, and I just used it to use it up. It is meant to be a powder, but it is a little bit too heavy and cakey for my skin when I've already got a foundation on. So I use this as a foundation, and I'm going to class this as a foundation empty in my collection. So I'm really happy with that. And I did use this only 7 more times before I did finish it. So actually that is really weird because I did introduce this last month, didn't I? And I was here, I don't know if you can see. And then I used it, and I said in this update that we'd kind of know about how long this was going to be in this project, and it didn't even last 1 update. I guess if you was using it as a powder, it would last a little bit longer, but I was obviously putting a lot of this on to be able to give myself a little bit of coverage. So yeah, it only lasted 1 update, and it only took me 7 uses before it's finished. I did use this prior to this, so you would get a lot more use out of that, but that is that done. We'll be rolling something else in for that product. Okay, I'm really sorry if you can hear any noise. It is chucking it down here, so I'm sorry if you can hear anything in the background. The next thing is my concealer. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I have no idea where I'm at on this. Quite a lot of products is still coming out as well. You know, enough for me to not feel like I need to take the stopper out, which I don't actually know whether I'm going to do that because I've done it with 1 product in this project, which I'll talk about soon, and it is super messy. So I don't know whether I'm actually going to do that for this. I guess when I come to that point, I will see and let you know. But I did use this 17 times in the last month. It's an okay concealer. It's less than £4. So I guess if you're on a budget, it's great. For me, I find it a little bit too drying, but because I do have dry skin pretty much all over my face, I do find it a little bit drying. So I wouldn't get it again, but if you are on a budget and you're looking for to try something else that you haven't tried before, I would definitely say pick this up if you need one, just to give it a go. But this will stay in until it is finished. No idea when, and I can't even guesstimate either because I can't see through the packaging. So it will be in until it is finished. Okay, the next thing we have is my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm trying not to like blind you so much, And I always struggle with this one because I'm like, have I made progress? And then every time I look at when I'm like editing it, and I always look at like the progress, I'm like, actually I've used a lot more than I thought. However, I feel like I've been at this point for a while and I am having to swap out the brush now. I'm using a bit more of a firmer brush, but that's just because that's the only way I'm going to get it out. I don't repress stuff, mainly because I don't have like the equipment to do it, or you know, I don't have like the alcohol and stuff. So I just kind of use it like this and hope that I can get every last bit out. I'm hoping it's going to be done by the next update, but I actually think it's going to be the update after that. I did use this 13 times, and the reason why I use this a little bit less than what I might usually is because I had the Bare Minerals powder in this as a foundation, so I didn't need this powder. But I'm still really happy with 13 uses. I do really like this powder, and it pains me that this is as expensive as it is. I do actually see myself picking this up again because it does really give you that filtered look. I love it. I know it's pricey, but I will get it again, and that will be staying in until I've finished it, which fingers crossed will be in the next one, but I don't know. Next one is my bronzer, and this is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I feel like I've had this in my project for a long time because I did actually have it in last year's project. I started it in like October to December and it was in there then. I hit pan, and then I moved in a new bronzer at the beginning of this year, and I hit pan in that, and I really just feel like this needs to go now out of my collection because it's getting pretty old. So this is my progress on this. I don't know how much I've actually changed on this. I'm trying to focus more on the outside of this now because I do find that that is where most of the product is. I don't know if you can see, but I do actually feel like it is going down slowly. I still use quite a big fluffy brush with this, and I do think that ripping it apart like this does help. So hopefully you can see a little bit more progress in the pictures. Again, I do have to be quite gentle with this because this isn't really the correct shade for me. Hoola Light is definitely more suited for me, I think, than this one, but this was the only one that was out at the time when I bought this, so that just goes to show how old this is. But I did use this 16 times last month. I feel like the past few months I've really struggled. I just haven't really felt like wearing makeup. So yes, but I'm still glad I managed to use this 16 times, and I do think there will be progress on it, so I'm really happy with that, and that will be in until I finished it, which I do actually think will be this year, so that is really exciting. Okay, a product that I think I found the one thing for projects I think is going to take me a long time to use up, and I think it's just pretty much the same for everyone, and it is my NARS blush in Orgasm. I took a picture of this when I first started, and I honestly don't even think it looks any different to when it first started. I used this 16 times as well, so yes, I mean it could be the brush that I'm using because I am using, to ignore it is pretty dirty, but I am actually just using a brush like this where it's quite, I wouldn't say it's a little bit firm, but not really firm. But that is the progress. Like I said, I'll put the pictures on the screen. I am glad I've put this in the project because it is definitely the right time of year for this. I'm a little bit nervous when it gets more towards like the end of the year because this, I feel like, is definitely more of a spring summer blush. I am only trying to hit pan on this. I think the rest of the stuff in this project is to completely use up apart from this. This is just to hit pan. I don't know. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to do that this year. I'm really hoping I can because this is the oldest blush in my collection. It's not that old, but it's still old, and I feel like I can still get a good couple more years out of this, but it's still old. This might take me the longest, but I guess I kind of expected that with it being a blush. They're never easy to pan. The next thing in my project is the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. So this is where we started. This was where we was at last update, and we are literally all the way down here now. I have squeezed everything I can out of this, and what I'm just currently doing is using the stuff that's on the tip. It gets messy when I'm trying to put the lid back on. I have to keep wiping it. I definitely think I can have this done by the next update, which is brilliant. I'm not going to roll in something else yet because what I do like to do is when I finish a product from the project, I do like to pull something else in just to use in the meantime. So I do think this will be an empty next update, and I'm so excited and happy that this will be an empty because I did want to finish a highlight this year and this went so fast. I have used this 15 times in the last month. There was so much hair in this product, and it is such a shame because I have actually grown to really like this product. I think it gives a really beautiful kind of natural highlight. Well, I say natural, look at it in the camera, it's crazy, but don't think it's worth the price just because I know how much hair is in this. I'm sure I have something else in my collection that does something like this, and if I were to get it again as a gift or in a box, I mean, I don't know, but if I was, I would definitely use it because I do like it. I just don't think it's worth the price because I know how much hair is in it. So I think that might be an empty next month, and that is really exciting. A product that I introduced last month, I think it was, and it was the Primark lip liner. It doesn't have a colour. This product, I lost it at one point and I was like, oh, I've lost it now. I looked everywhere and I was like, I've lost it. So I then put in another lip pencil into my everyday makeup bag and thought I'll just introduce that one in this update. And then I found it again and it was like hidden in one of my drawers, but like really hidden. So I was like, I'll bring it back now. And I did actually mark this in my book and then ripped it out because I was like, oh well, I've lost it. And then I found it again. So I have been using it again since I found it, but I have only used this 16 times and I have been sharpening it. But because I haven't got anything to reference with this, you just got to kind of hopefully see that hopefully you can see there has been progress. I am just trying to use lip liners because I don't really see the need of them. I am wearing it today and I just want to try and use the lip liners I've got in my collection. And this one is nice, it's creamy and it's not expensive at all. I think I did actually get this in a like set with a liquid, or it might be in a liquid lipstick actually. But yeah, I'm using it. Like I said, I've used it 16 times and hopefully I won't lose it this time and I can actually use it a little bit more. Again, this one is to be in until it's finished. The next one we have in this project is the Revolution Gloss, and this is the lip gloss in Cake. And I don't know if you can see, but I have major windows in this now. I have taken the stopper out and this is the state of the wand now. I don't like this because it's really messy now and I can't put this in my makeup bag because I put it in there and it leaked all over my makeup, so I have to keep this on the side now. But I do think hopefully by the next update I should at least be done with this. I think since I've taken the stopper out, I think it's definitely making my lips more dry, and I think what I'll do is I'll use it for another month and I might just end up calling it like empty then anyway, because it might just be that it's actually making my lips more dry. I've got a lot of use out of this product and I have used this 23 times over the last month. Like I said, sometimes I didn't wear makeup, so that might be why, but every time I did my makeup I used this. So, and of course that also does include reapplying as well. So I'm happy to start seeing some windows in there, but I do actually think I might maybe just call this empty by next update anyway. I think we'll just see. I'll make the decision next update. It's really messy. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say how messy it is when you take a stopper out of a lip gloss. So I think going forward I'm just not going to do that because it just makes everything so messy. And last but no means least, we have my setting spray, and this is the Candy Cosmetics Pre-Glow Mist. As I suspected, I didn't end up finishing this, but I am very close. I did say I would be close to the bottom with this. I think this again will be another empty next month, which I'm so glad. This has definitely been a love-hate relationship product for me. I like it sometimes and then other times it literally just like spurts glitter everywhere. I'll just be glad once this is done. And hopefully it'll be next update, but I did use this 16 times as well. We're going to be introducing 2 new products to this project. So in replacement of the primer, as I'm sure you're aware, I have a lot of primers, so of course I'm always going to put another primer in, but I'm actually going to put 3 little minis in because I have quite a few minis and I want to try and get through some of these. So the one I've been using meantime since I've finished that other primer was the Smashbox Photo Finish. I want this done. I'm not a huge fan of this product and I just would like to try and get it done. It just makes a lot of the foundations I wear, which I know I do like, it just makes it look a bit dry. So I like to get this done and out of my collection. And the other two are actually illuminating primers, which I love. I love anything that's going to make my skin look glowy. So we have the Lise Wautier Base Illuminating Primer. I have tried this. I do think it's really nice. However, I don't like the price tag of this. I think it's like 40 something pound, which is crazy. So I've put that in here. And then I got this as a sample through the post, and it's the YSL Touche Eclat Longwear Glow. So I'm just gonna use this as well. So I will keep all of these in until I've finished them all. So we are going to be putting in 3 primers. I do think by the next update I should have this one done and potentially this one, but I still think we might have this one left in. And what I might do is maybe introduce another mini if this is just the only one left. But I would like to try and get all of these done. I think that might be a little bit optimistic, but those are the primers I'm putting in. And the foundation I'm putting in is this one. I've just wiped off the line, it's annoying. And it is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. I really like this foundation. As I'm going to be going back to work in June, I thought this is the perfect foundation for that. I love the way that it looks. Unfortunately, they don't sell Bourjois here in the UK anymore, but I might be able to get it on Amazon maybe. But I don't know if you can see. This is where we are at. I was actually quite surprised. I've let this sit pretty much since I think Friday, and it's Monday now, and I noticed we're actually like halfway through this foundation. I thought I was going to be more like up here, so I'm really happy with that. I do like this, and it would be amazing if I could finish another foundation. After this I would only have 3 foundations in my collection, which is crazy considering I think I started out the year with what, 7? Crazy. So I'll be putting this one in its place. I do like this foundation, like I said, and the goal for both of those is to completely finish them. So that was my update. I'm really happy that I managed to finish a couple of products. Like I said, I want to at least always finish one product in this project, so I hopefully can keep up the momentum. I do think next update we should have at least two empties. Fingers crossed. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already, and I would love to know below your thoughts and opinions. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.